Hi guys, I'm back. We're gonna talk about physiotherapy today. Firstly, physiotherapists usually use specific tests to measure the ability of movements. Then they plan treatment for you to carry out at home or in the clinic to reach your goals. Then they plan treatments for you to carry out your goals either at home or in the clinic. PTs usually work at somebody's home, hospital, private and public clinics, children development center, and elderly homes. Sometimes they work in schools as well. Bachelors in kinesiology, health sciences, life sciences, or related fields such as rehabilitation sciences are all useful. Then there's 3 years of PT school, which includes a placement. Or you can do a master's degree in anatomical sciences. Clinics offer anatomy 100, 101, 215, and 216. And upper year anatomy courses. The Psychologist is the basic psychology courses that is required to take if you want to be a physiotherapist. You need to complete the physiotherapy competency examination to be licensed. Here's a list of schools that offer PT programs. Average salary of physiotherapists is $87,000 with a high end of $125,000 a year. Now let's talk about veterinarian medicine, which is a very common field that a lot of people are familiar with, which is treating animals. There's different branches. You can treat farm animals, wildlife, cats and dogs, and you help diagnose and carry out plans to basically make the animal feel better. You need to focus on courses like biochem, cell physiology, zoology, and psych in undergrad. People can either take 4 years of undergrad and then 4 years of vet school, or take 2 years in pre-vet programs and 4 years in vet school. In Quebec, it's actually a total of 5 years instead of 6 years. Here's a list of schools that offer veterinarian programs. There's no matching services available, so you have to find a work for yourself after you graduate. A graduate from accredited vet schools needs to take an NAVLE, NAVLE, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, within 2 tries to get certificate. If the school's not accredited, you need to take the National Examining Board exams, which has 3 parts to get licensed. The average salary for a vet is $91,000 a year with a high end of $135,000. Now let's talk about pharmacology, which is a lot of branches actually. A lot of people think that, oh, what can you do with a pharm degree? You can only give people drugs in a pharmacy or something, or research. You're correct. There's actually one branch that's research. I'm sure that all of you guys know. Basically, you discover, create, test, and sell new drugs. Pharmacologists are not the same as pharmacists because their emphasis is different. You need to understand biological mechanisms to be able to handle this job well. Chem, biochem, health science, life sciences, or relevant degrees are all good places to start. Then apply for grad schools and potentially PhD. Lower level jobs usually take master's students, rarely take bachelor students. A lot of jobs take PhD students. BHSC has a pharmacology, toxicology, and therapeutics track. The average salary of a pharmacologist is $83,000 with a high end of $90,000 a year. Pharmacy also has a management branch, which is more into the business side. Usually in this track, you don't really need to focus a lot on the science programs. You do need to have some knowledge of how the mechanism work. You need to take management courses and be familiar with how the medication system works. You assign tracks, supervising, evaluating, recruiting people, and training new incomers, as well as scheduling shifts. You also need to fill and check prescriptions. The average salary is around $111,000 a year.
That's a spice.
我没有 Spice， 我又不是 Spice Girls。
要不然没有人看我的 video。
我们都没有人看。Next is Pharmacist. You consult clients about knowledge of medication and how to take them. Give patients medication, and you supervise and train staff. Courses that are good to take are the same as pharmacologists and all the other pharm-tracked careers. But side classes are also good to take if you want to be a pharmacist. You also need to go to pharmacy school. Here's a list of pharmacy schools in Canada. You need to take the PCAT, which is similar to MCAT, to get into pharmacy school. You have a 1-year residency program in a hospital, community, or pharmaceutical industry. Some people may continue their education in specialized areas. The average salary is $95,000 a year with a high end of $119,000 a year. Next, the pharmacy assistant. Greet patients and give good customer service. Accurately process prescriptions and authorize refills. To maintain daily pharmacy inventory supplies. After they graduate, they enter a accredited pharmacy technician program and get certified, which you need to reactivate every 2 years. The average salary is around $44,000 a year. The last one is pharmacy technicians. They work with pharmacists to prescribe and give out medication. They also take prescriptions over the phone or in person. They label and give instructions about medications. You need to take College of Pharmacists certifying exam in Ontario. Also pass the pharmacy technician certification. A bachelor's degree such as chem, health science, or related field is good. The average pay is around $56,000 a year.
Continue from last week's episode. Today I'll be talking about different careers. Today we will be talking about careers that's not on the Bachelor of Health Sciences website. First, we'll start off with dietitian and nutritionist. So dietitian is actually a really popular job in Canada and in North America. And I know a lot of friends who have an interest in nutrition and want to gain more professional knowledge about how to develop special plan for a special population, etc. So dietitian and nutritionist can work in different settings. They can work in hospitals, they can work in clinic, they can have their own one-on-one nutrition counseling, they can work in a lot of different maybe government agencies as well. What they do is that in the hospital they often develop diet plans for patients, and in clinics they help with counseling with patients who have chronic diseases like diabetes, who needs to have special diet plans. And in government agencies they help develop nutrition guidelines, nutrition policy, for example like the No Longer New Canadian Food Guide. And they also sometimes work with food manufacturers and have their own businesses. Either I mentioned earlier, online one-on-one nutrition coaching. I see a lot of online marketing, and I follow a lot of Instagram accounts of dietitians and nutritionists who post their own recipes and offers one-on-one support as well, so they can really work in a lot of different fields and take on a lot of different tasks. It is really a popular career, and as nutrition and food is something that is gradually, overall wellness is something that's gradually gaining more and more attention on. To become a dietitian, you do have to complete a specific degree in Canada. You have to complete a program that's accredited by the Dietitians of Canada, and also complete a period of practical training and pass a licensing exam. Queen's does not actually have a program that's accredited by the Dietitians of Canada. I do know a lot of schools in Canada and Ontario do have those programs. So if you want to learn more, definitely go on the Dietitians of Canada site and you can see how to become a dietitian in Canada. Although the Bachelor of Health Sciences program does not prepare you for a career in this profession, I believe that there's still many other ways how you can achieve it. You just have to look for it. And nonetheless, the average salary for a dietitian in Canada is $62,000. Next, I'll move on to psychologist. Psychologist is often confused with psychiatrist. Psychiatrist is a medical doctor, whereas psychologist is not. Psychiatrists diagnose mental illnesses. They can also prescribe you with drugs, medications, and often conduct a variety of therapies for complex, serious mental illnesses. Whereas psychologist often offers talk therapy, also called psychotherapy, to patients. So because their job is different, psychologists often don't have to go through medical school. Instead, they complete a master in psychology. Their master program has to be accredited by the Canadian Counseling and Psychotherapy Association. There's also other psychologist certification criteria, such as completing 8 graduate courses that's related to the profession, such as counseling theories and professional ethics. They also need to have direct practice experience, often have to be overseen by an approved supervisor. For more information, go visit the Canadian Counseling and Psychotherapy Association website to see how you can become a psychologist in Canada. Moving backwards, in order to be enrolled in a master program in Ontario, you have to complete a bachelor program that is psychology, or some master program will allow you to have a bachelor in an equivalent. Just have to have taken maybe 5 or 6 full credit courses in psychology. Really, there's a lot of diversity within that. It really depends on your specific program of interest. So if you have one in mind, definitely go research and look up their admission requirement. And I know that Queen's does have a fantastic psychology degree. Maybe that is something that you would like to look into if you want to become a psychologist in the future. Overall, it would take approximately 5 to 8 years for you to complete a bachelor's and then complete a master, and then maybe even complete your PhD to get more professional knowledge. You also have to obtain a license that is provincial based. For example, in Ontario, to obtain a license to be a psychologist in Ontario, you have to have at least 4 years of work experience and 1 year of supervised practice. Although it's a lot of years of studying, but psychologist is definitely one of, for me personally, I feel like the most rewarding career, because you really get to know the patient's mind, and mental health is something that's focused on so much right now, and all the health professional careers are so rewarding in a sense that you can help people in their times of need. And the study of psychology and the study of mind, it's so intricate itself. The average salary for a psychologist in Canada is $76,000.
Hi guys, so I'm going to talk about the branches of forensic sciences this week. And the first one is forensic pathologists. They often perform autopsies and figure out why people died and how they died. It sounded kind of like coroners. Actually, in parts of Canada, there's a coroner system, and in other parts of Canada, there's a medical examiner system. They may attend crime scenes and frequently testify in court. In some rural areas, they have a coroner system instead of a medical examiner system because they either don't have enough facilities or they don't have enough trained medical examiners. Because medical examiners, they do need to go to medical school for it after bachelor's degree, and coroners, they can be from a various background, and you don't necessarily need to go to medical school for it. But medical examiners are not necessarily forensics pathologists. Only the chief and deputy of medical examiners are called forensics pathologists. Bachelor's degree in chemistry, biochemistry, health sciences, or related fields are all good to start the career. With relevant courses such as anatomy, cell physiology, biochemistry, and chemistry are good choices to take. So after you get bachelor's degree and a medical degree, there's a 1 year of residency program followed after that in forensic pathology. And the average pay per year for this job is around $104,000. Next is forensic toxicologist, where you would study the adverse effects of drugs and chemicals and what they do to your biological system. They usually perform scientific validated tests on your bodily fluids to test how much drug there is in somebody. Sometimes they work with a medical examiner and tell them how much drug there is in a diseased person's blood. A bachelor's degree in forensic science, biochemistry, chemistry, health sciences, or related field are all good places to help you start the career. And then relevant grad school programs will further help you to get on the track of this career. Biochemistry and chemistry are all offered in Queen's Art Science programs, and cell physiology, anatomy, and pharmacology are offered in BHSC program. Here are the schools that have forensic science in their undergrad programs. And the average pay per year is around $72,000.
In general, thank you guys for watching our super long series.
3 episodes, guys.
3 episodes. I hope you guys are not bored. And thank you for following us all the way. I know that careers is something that we all have in mind right now, specifically in the growing world. And
growing up is so hard.
Yeah.
I don't want to grow up.
Adulting 101. Yeah.
I'm not passing that. Next episode, there's gonna be a friend. We're not gonna tell you who, so stay tuned. It's her friend.
Yeah, we're gonna have a few guests coming over to our channel in the next few episodes. So subscribe to our channel so you're stay tuned, don't miss out anything important. I hope those videos help you and inspire you to do some of your own research about the careers that you're interested in. Comment down below who you want to become in the future, or you don't have anything you want to become. Like, we don't know what we want to do in the future yet.
Our program is so broad and opened our eyes in so many possible ways of health science careers. So medical school is not the only choice if you go into a program. As Jada mentioned in the prior videos, we have such a broad range of classes, from sociology to sciences and pharmacology and classes like that. So we are actually exposed to a lot of things.
One final takeaway I want you guys to have is that you might be too focused on the destination sometimes. The most important thing is to enjoy the process with this great opportunity of being able to be exposed to so many different courses, really figure out what you like and what you don't like through taking different courses. And I feel like you guys will have lots of fun in the program, or just anywhere in university.
Yeah. Hope to see you guys one day if you guys really apply and got into BHSC program at Queen's.
Yeah. So thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
See you guys next time.